vote and then. Call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Ms. Muckow.
Here.
Ms. Sestero.
Here.
Mr. Walker.
Here.
Mr. Erkins.
Here.
Mr. Rastegar.
Here.
Are there any changes or additions to the agenda?
No.
No, okay. All right, moving on. Remarks. First item up is executive session. I'd entertain a motion to move into.
Madam Chairman, I move to move into executive session pursuant to Idaho Code 74-2061C to acquire an interest in real property which is not owned by a public agency.
I'll second.
Okay. We do so by roll call.
Ms. Muckow.
Yes.
Ms. Sestero.
Yes.
Mr. Walker.
Yes.
Mr. Erkins.
Yes.
Mr. Rastegar.
Yes. Waiting for Anna?
Yeah.
Okay. Stand back. Okay.
Mary Michael, you see Anna?
Oh, then you, sorry. One moment. She wasn't right here, so.
Okay.
Should be like.
Oh, thank you. Got it. Secretary over here, but I appreciate it.
I just have some scribble. I just had some scribble notes for her. Yours is much better.
Good work.
No.
Do you have a mouth? All right, so we're back in open session.
Madam Chair, members of the board, I just wanted to make a couple kind of level setting comments and read some things to the group here, to the board members, and also anyone in attendance and those online. Kind of level setting where we've come from and where we're headed today. The district first formed an exploratory committee in April of 2024, consisting of Director Erkins and myself. This committee began meeting with landowners, developers, and civic leaders across the Boise area with the goal of identifying potential project opportunities that align with the district's statutory purpose. Following many months of meetings and discussions, the board in April of 2025 approved moving forward with a market feasibility study. Through a competitive RFP process, the district engaged Johnson Consulting to provide an independent analysis to help identify and narrow potential product opportunities. As part of that process, Johnson Consulting engaged with and interviewed approximately 38 stakeholder groups, including local officials, community and business leaders, customers, event producers, and other event venues. Based on the findings of that initial report completed in September of 2025, the exploratory committee began narrowing its focus to land opportunities that were either adjacent to Boise Center or located within the downtown core, consistent with the report's recommendations. Over the past year, the exploratory committee has continued meeting with interested parties while evaluating potential sites and land options that would best align with the size and criteria outlined in the feasibility study. One of the parcels brought forward during this process was the approximately 4-acre site located at 11th and River Street. As we progressed further, it became clear that land options directly adjacent to Boise Center would likely limit the size and configuration of any potential expansion. As a result, the district sought to better understand the implications of those limitations, and in January of this year, the board approved an additional scenario analysis from Johnson Consulting, which was completed earlier this month. That analysis explored 3 specific scenarios, all of which I discussed in full detail at last week's public board meeting. As discussions around the 4-acre parcel continued, it became increasingly clear that this site, given its proximity to both the existing facility and the downtown core, represents a unique opportunity for the district to consider. Notably, this site has the capacity to accommodate all of the development scenarios identified in the original Johnson Consulting report, with the exception of a direct expansion to the existing facility. Over the past few months, the exploratory committee has been diligently evaluating this site through independent appraisals, geotechnical analysis, environmental assessments, and other due diligence efforts to ensure it represents a sound and viable option for the board's consideration. I want to first thank Director Erkins for his time on the exploratory committee, for the work that we've spent and the time that we spent together. I think his knowledge and experience from his background served the committee extremely well, and I think the process was very fruitful as to where we are today. And so I'm excited about the future of Boise and the future of the district as we look at this as an option for the board to consider. I'll stand just if Director Erkins has any comments to add to that.
Yeah, thank you, Cody. That's a great update on everything that's happened. And it's kind of interesting when you say since April of 2024, it's been almost 2 years since we started the committee. We have met with a lot of different groups and gone through a lot of different scenarios, and many people have, brought properties to us to look at. This one presents itself as the best option for getting the size that we're looking to do and the location. There's not that many parcels. There's 3 in the downtown area that are, kind of this size. And this is the one that makes the most sense for being as close to here in the center as we're at. We've worked through all the due diligence that we can think of on this property to make sure that the land is good structure. We can work through some of the things with, existing tenants that are there to make it so that we can get a development going in this that meets something that is in that report. We just have to figure out what that is after that. But this is the opportunity I think that we're looking for. So I think it's the right one to move forward with.
And just to kind of clarify one of your statements, you said, to meet all of the needs of the study, it's really any of the needs.
Any of the needs, not necessarily all. Yeah, that's probably a specific way to put it. It could meet any of those other than the expansion on the current facility, obviously due to it's not adjacent.
Right, because the current size is 4 acres
A
with
little over 4 acres, correct.
What is the building size? 160,
180,000 square feet under
180,000 square
current.
feet.
So in effect, we could choose any of the options that are in the study.
Correct. Some of the next steps would just be kind of looking at site development, determining financial capacities and what the options are for the district, any partnerships that could exist. So a lot more work to be done, but the parcel itself, I think, is a unique enough opportunity for the district to consider at this time.
Jim, Sophie? Can you hear us? Are you there?
We're here and we can hear you. And we can hear you.
For me, this is the perfect opportunity to shore up our future. Without a whole lot of risk to our current operations or other projects, it's a no-brainer for me. As Kay said, there's 3 total parcels, and this is probably going to be our only opportunity at one of those. So I'm wholeheartedly behind this.
And I'll echo the thanks to Director Erkins. I know the downtown corridor is not abundantly full of properties over 100,000 square feet, and finding something that not only gives us so many options for growth without disruption is quite a feat, and it looks like it'll be a great opportunity for just that.
I think it's also exciting that, regardless of what ends up going over there, we're going to produce good economic activity for that area too, and kind of effectively spread downtown further towards that direction too.
Yeah.
So,
Closer to the river.
yeah, true.
It's a beautiful spot.
This really does allow for that opportunity for future growth without the disruption of the current Boise Center as well. So current contracts, groups that are in place here can maintain that. And we do plan on maintaining the current quality of venue of this site. So there's no any of that talk about this going away. It would be just in addition to versus disruption of.
Right,
This
so the Boise
opportunity.
Center operations and building will not be changing.
Correct.
Yeah.
So not knowing what we're gonna build, we're keeping that option open. Not exactly know when we're gonna finish building it or start building it. And there's a question as to how we will go about paying for this. Take me back to the why. So not knowing the what, when, and how I'm comfortable with, as long as we're all solid on the why we're doing this. Why this parcel, I heard it's close to this operation here. That makes sense. It's a 7-minute walk. It's close to the river. In and of itself, other than the fact that it's a large parcel and there's only 2 others that we're aware of. Help me think through other whys. What am I missing here?
Say there may be more if we aggregated a bunch of things together and got multiple different groups to agree. But this is one building, one seller, one parcel, in the right location. So,
So control is the other why that I'm kind of missing. It gives us control.
Future proofing also, I would kind of highlight that as well, future proofing for the district. As you know, where we're at today, we're landlocked. And so we looked into a couple other scenarios as part of the most recent study from Johnson Consulting at a stackable exhibit hall on the adjacent spaces, or just a single story of an exhibit hall. And those were limiting enough to make this project consideration something that I would really think is going to be successful for the long-term future proof of the district, compared to the other options, which are much more of a incremental growth versus a transformational growth that we have an opportunity for.
So the next steps are site design, figure out what we could fit there. how it could
Approval
fit.
of the process would be the next step. But
Right.
then beyond that, yes, would be then to site design, start working on the financial options that we would have, from bonding capacities to looking at performas, getting into it, and it goes down that step. I mean, lot of hours of work ahead of us and many months ahead of us before anything would be decided on that as far as how to develop the site.
So still lots of work ahead of us.
Correct.
Any other comments or questions?
I'd like to make a motion. I move that the board authorize the chair, the executive director, and other officers of the board members as necessary to enter into the assignment and assumption of the purchase and sell agreement with DPRE LLC, which assigns to the district the rights of DPRE under a purchase and sell agreement as amended with River Industrial Partners LLC, relating to an approximately 4-acre parcel of land located between 10th, 11th River and Miller Streets, and to enter into such other documents and take such other actions as they deem necessary to complete the acquisition of that property.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Nope. Vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Here we go.
Congratulations.
You have another job.
Excited about the opportunity in the future. So thank you.
So I just some comments here. So today's vote marks an important milestone for the district and for the future of Boise and the Treasure Valley. This decision to enter into the purchase and sale agreement is not the final step. It is a thoughtful and deliberate first move. It gives the Greater Boise Auditorium District the opportunity to secure a site that positions us to meet the evolving needs of our region for decades to come. The district is growing, changing, and attracting new opportunities every day. As a board, we take seriously our responsibility to plan not just for today, but for the next 20 to 30 years. This is about ensuring we have the right foundation to create something that serves visitors, the community, and strengthens our economy into the future. Today, we're not just acquiring land, we're creating possibility. Possibility for memorable experiences, for economic impact, and for spaces that reflect the energy and character of this community. As mentioned, this is the first step of the process, and in the coming months, we will continue to evaluate the best use of the site for the greatest community and economic benefit. We hope to close on the property later this summer or fall with no current development timeline. As we move through this process, our Future of the District page on our auditorium district website will continue to be updated with relevant information. This is a great example of how the district is investing in itself and the future we are building together. We appreciate all the input from the stakeholders, hoteliers, elected officials, and community members throughout this process. We look forward to continuing this work, and we're grateful for the community's engagement and support along the way. Here we go. All right, anything else? Any other comments? Okay, seeing no other business before the board, the meeting is adjourned.
There you go.